For more, we can bring in Ofer Bronchtein, president of the International Center for Peace in the Middle East. Thank you very much for joining us on the program this evening. What did you make of that statement by the Israeli Prime Minister, where he said Jerusalem has always been the capital of Israel, like Paris is the capital of France?
First of all, what I understood from what he said, and he and President Macron did not agree on everything. And I think that President Macron said it in a very clear manner. Now, it's time, every crisis has opportunities, and maybe this one has an opportunity. It's time to set things blankly. In one way, he's right. West Jerusalem was always the capital of Israel. Every president, every official guest that came to Israel goes to Jerusalem to meet his counterpart, to the parliament, to the prime minister office, to the ministry office, to the High Court of Justice. Is right. East Jerusalem should be, can be, the capital of the future of Palestinian state.
But he didn't specify East or West Jerusalem. And he did say that it's the reality Palestinians need to get to grips with so that peace can be achieved. But can it really be achieved with Jerusalem now Israel's capital?
That's the reality that he has. The reality of the Palestinian, it's a different one. But again, every crisis has an opportunity. If he will explain to the Palestinian that he mean West Jerusalem, and they will tell him we mean East Jerusalem, and they are not the same city, they are divided city, we can get to achieve an agreement. It is exactly what will happen when we will achieve an agreement, and sooner it will be better. East Jerusalem will be the capital of the state of Palestine. West Jerusalem will be and is the capital of Israel. The holy seats, the old city of Jerusalem, which is a small piece of Jerusalem, it's only a few hundred square meter, will find an original idea, and then will be run by the international community. President Macron said it all. We don't agree with President Trump's declaration. We believe in the two-state
Exactly.
solution.
He said there was a can only be a two-state solution in the Middle East, but he did not say France will play a greater role in the peacemaking process. What did you make of that?
I think that he was very prudent about committing himself too much, because he has to bring together, first of all, the European. If he wants to have a power and to influence on the reality, the Europeans should be more agreeing one with each other, not having each one his own voice and each one his own action. And mainly we have to bring in, which is very possible, is the main leader of the European countries, which are the German. If France and German lead a move, now then the Americans are disqualifying themselves. If the French and the German lead a move, and the other country will respect all the declaration of the EU for the last 50 years, it's possible that French will put on the table in the next few weeks a few recommendations, maybe an initiative. But France will have to meet three main challenges. First of all, to bring some Arab countries on board, to tell them, hey, let's slow down the fire, let's have more wise rhetorics, let's keep a little bit more quiet in the near future, let's recognize the state of Israel, you, my partners in the Arab country.
But I want to talk about this, what you're talking about, the Arab countries, because Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel senses that there's a shift in stance on the Arab street. But what shift in stance is he talking about? Because we do see today itself protests outside the U.S. embassy in Lebanon. So clearly there's no shift in stance. People on the Arab street still clearly think that Jerusalem should be Palestine's, essentially.
I understand, and again, Jerusalem is being used by too many irresponsible leaders in the region to push the Republic into the street. I do believe that the Lebanese people have other priority. We should have other priority today than Jerusalem. I do believe that the Tunisian people, the Algerian people, the Pakistani people who are going into the street to fight for Jerusalem now should have and have other priority. But again, President Macron said it all. He said the declaration of President Trump put in danger the the Israeli themselves. So let's now bring together, and what the French should do, because Israel is a democracy, it's to have a pedagogical approach towards the Israeli public opinion, to speak to the Israeli, to explain them as he did today. France, Europe are friend of Israel. There is a main market for Israel.
Ofer
They
Bronchtein,
can play a role.
We're going to cut you off. We're
I see.
completely out of time. Thank you very much
Thank
for your
you.
analysis on the program.
Thank you.
There's more news